What's going on YouTube? It's your boy RJ, and today we got another banger video on the way. It's another video by It's Complicated. We're going to go ahead and dissect and digest the information that we receive through the answers of these multiple people being interviewed on the street. Let's get into the video.
What are the top 3 questions to ask when getting to know a potential love interest?
What's your astrology sign?
Oh no. Oh no. Astrology?
Well, actually, related to asking about somebody's zodiac sign, doesn't that give false expectations?
No, they are true every time.
No, they're not.
100%.
Oh, 100%. I like maybe 99.
These two women right here live in a world of pure delusion. They think that dependent on your zodiac sign, I know everything about you already before I even have a conversation with you. Forget about your past experiences. Forget about how you was raised. Forget about your social economic status. Forget about all these things. Forget about your education. Based on your zodiac sign, I know everything about you. I know your personality. I know what pisses you off. I know if you a shitbag or not. Cut it out.
But like really close.
You trust a Leo and then boom, they're
Boom,
self-absorbed.
done.
Well, no, I'm just saying because a lot of people say, you know, you can't generalize because everyone's different, and I would just wonder why people would ask about zodiac
I
signs.
think everyone's different except for astrology signs.
I think why everyone's the same.
Straight contradiction.
I feel like they want to see if they're compatible. A lot of people are and believe in the whole zodiac sign. I tend to do that as well. I don't know, I'm just into like this mystical stuff, magical stuff, and I feel like a lot of females are into, you know, painting a picture of what can potentially be there, whether it's doable or not, but
Do you think it gives false expectations?
definitely.
Facts.
So why do it?
Right.
I don't know. It's just about something about having hope. You know what I mean? Something about having something that you can reach for, that you can have, you know, look forward to, have faith in.
What's the difference between saying all Leos are shitbags, right? And saying that all black people are shitbags, or all white people are racist, or all Asian people, whatever. What's the difference? It's no difference. You're stereotyping somebody based on zodiac signs. Cool. Whoever created the zodiac symbols, you hit a motherfucking lick.
Because they believe in astrology. They believe in the planets. They believe in the crystals. They believe in the science. And you know what? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Do you think it gives false expectations?
I 100% believe it gives false expectations because everyone says the sign, the crystal gives this energy, the sign gives this momentum. No, it doesn't. It's all right here in your head.
It's a placebo.
belief. It's what you believe you shall receive.
Why, when you're single, you long for a relationship, but when you're in a relationship, you long for your freedom?
Good question. You long for your freedom. I would have to say, now in these days, in this generation, people get so insecure when it comes to social media.
Because you have something and you're like, oh, I want that.
Exactly.
And then you have it and you're like, no, I want that.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
You want something you can't have.
You want what you don't have.
Exactly.
Is it human nature to never be satisfied?
Yes.
I think so, yes. Because it's like, once you get something that you want more. So you're never fully satisfied for it.
Facts.
It is human nature. I think as humans, you know, we're constantly, you know, corrupted by social media.
Yep.
And it tends to program us into thinking else.
Do you think social media is inherently bad or a symptom of a larger problem?
Social media
Neither.
can be good. It has its goods. It has its good and bads. It's a good way to connect to people and, you know, learn from one another. But it can be very toxic and
Facts.
bad with the programming and the beauty when it comes to beauty. And yeah, it's just
Social media is a tool. And depending on how you use the tool, depending on the results that you get, you could build a house with a hammer, but you can also kill somebody with a hammer. So it's based on how you use this tool. So that the tool is not inherently bad. It's the user that can be inherently bad or not.
it's bad for the society sometimes, I believe.
Is it human nature to never be satisfied?
Yes. It's because Instagram.
Yeah.
Because everybody's looking
everyone
at
has
comparing
fake,
themselves.
Yeah, everyone has like fake expectations.
Yeah, these
so-
expectations are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the top 3 questions to ask when getting to know a potential love interest?
What are questions to
What do
ask?
you do?
Yeah, what do you do for work?
What
How
do you
much
do for
money
work?
do you make?
Wow.
Why do you think that would be the number one question?
Because we gotta know if we're gonna be
Because
with a book.
me and her, we make some money. So you
yeah,
gotta
we make some money. So you gotta add it up. Like I want an equal.
yeah,
I want equal.
or you can make
Or it's
more.
either you're a boss to have a lead, or you two bosses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, they're so twisted and caught up in this narrative. And I understand, though, a lot of women are naturally hypergamous. That's a part of their nature, but I understand that. But if you listen to the lady on the right, she said, I want an equal. Ma'am, whoever you get with, if they're making just as much or more, they're not going to be your equal. Women want leadership. And even if they claim that they're boss bees or whatever, women are attracted to leaders. Why? Because leaders can make hard decisions when they don't have to, and also they are confident. Women naturally look for leaders. If you go to the military, which I was in the Marine Corps, I seen a lot of the young female privates looking and lusting after the sergeants, staff sergeants, officers. They're lusting after these guys. Why? Because it's not just that person as an individual, it's the status that they bring. It's the status that they hold.
Why is it in the age of independent women, a man's value is often determined by what he provides?
Because I kind of feel like men were put on this earth to provide, were they not?
Yeah, ain't that the
Ain't that in the Bible?
So what were women put on this earth to do?
To make babies.
Yeah, we're supposed to make babies, sit at home, and spend the money.
Exactly. That's what, but
And
we work.
spend
We
the
work.
money.
We're smart, educated
We work,
women,
but
But do we want to?
no.
Okay. Do you know more people who enjoy dating or who complain about dating?
Complain.
Why?
Complain about dating. Because usually the person that they're in a relationship with, they're like not loyal or just like doesn't commit to what they really actually want.
Why is it when you're single you want to be in a relationship, and when you're in a relationship you long for your freedom?
I guess because when you're single, you're just like lonely. And then when you're in a relationship, it's like once you're in a relationship and you actually understand the person that you're with, you actually might get annoyed by the person. That's why you need to become friends with the person first.
Facts.
And then continue to be into a relationship.
Okay, but then what about that dreaded friend zone that a lot of guys complain about getting stuck in?
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying a lot of people say you should be friends first, and I'm saying shouldn't you establish some kind of sexual interest right off the bat?
No, I don't think so. I feel like you should know the person.
Yes, you should. Honestly, you don't control if there's a sexual interest for both in a mutual way right off the bat. If you see the person, you sexually attracted to him or you're not. You're not going to be like, oh, I picked this person to be sexually attracted to. That's not how it works. Even if you're in a relationship, you're still sexually attracted to other people. It just is what it is. I see talked about the friend zone. The one thing that I noticed about guys that get stuck in the friend zone, they don't understand how to seduce a woman. They come with this friend energy with no seduction behind it. Now, if you come with the friend energy, right? But you have a air or aura of seduction about you, or maybe about how you say things, maybe about how you dress, maybe about how you carry yourself around other men and around other women, right? There should be an air of seduction behind that. And the guys that get friend zoned, they just don't have it. And it's not because they're not born with it. It's because they don't know what the fuck it is. You have to study this shit. You have to understand. If you want to go hunt deer, you have to understand, how do I attract a deer? You go get some food and put it in a feed, right? You might put up a fake deer out in the woods or in a field somewhere and make little deer calls with a deer caller, whatever. But you know how to attract the deer to you. Same thing with women. You have to know what attracts them. You have to know how to reel them in, seduce them. Women understand that about men. Why do you think they wear makeup? Why do you think they be wearing them little nice dresses and painting their fingernails and stuff? Because they know how to seduce men. Get up on game.
The person like first, like you should understand what their character is and how they move. I don't think you should just go right towards sex.
The sex, it's always going to be there. I'm 33. Whenever I'm 43, we're going to have sex. Whenever I'm
Facts.
53, we're going to have sex.
Facts.
Whenever I'm 63, we're going to have sex.
Is there a difference between the dating advice that men get versus the dating advice that women get?
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah.
difference?
Girls are like, oh, like let's settle down, like blah blah blah. And guys are like, okay, just hit and then go. Like literally. That's the advice.
So
That's all
basically,
they think.
men teach each other how to get laid, and women teach each other how to get relationships.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. So then, doesn't that prove that men and women have different goals in dating?
Yeah, like 100%. Like mostly speaking, like definitely some people
There's
are
definitely
different,
some,
but
like,
good guys
but
for sure.
yeah, a lot of
Is it harder for a man to get the woman he wants into bed, or for a woman to get the man she wants to commit?
Women to commit that one.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
commit-
I think
the
so. In
commitment
my
one.
personal experience.
So you think it's
personal
harder? So you
experience.
think it's
Facts.
harder for women to get men to commit?
Yeah, personally.
Because the men that they want to commit has so many freaking options. He don't have to commit. He don't have to commit. But if you go to the guy that don't have all those options, he's going to commit to you. It's supply and demand. Jesus.
Experience, yeah.
But don't women
I think so.
typically expect a man to commit before she's willing to give him sex?
Depends.
times are
Depends.
changing.
Times are changing.
It used
Yeah.
to, yes. Now
It's like you can like people just
It's
sleep with
quite
whoever.
easier.
Well, people say to me like now it's like a hookup culture,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
doesn't that typically only apply to the right men,
Yes.
not all men?
Yes.
No, oh
Pretty
man.
much
No,
all men, but
they are so
probably, I guess
confused.
maybe there's some good ones out there. You know, if you know any, like let me know.
She's like, I'm looking.
Like I'm just in case.
All right, how about this? If you happen to be looking for a quality man, where would you expect to find one?
Like school, I think is a good one
School.
because they're like focused and driven.
They
Like, I
have
think
goals.
They have goals
Hell
like
of
in life.
goals.
Like that would be good, I
Yes.
think.
Good guy. You're always looking for the good guy. You know,
Yeah, I think it's a.
the perfect Prince Charming.
So doesn't that prove that men and women have different goals in dating?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Bottom line, yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely have different goals in what we do.
If either of you were looking for a quality man, where would you expect to find one?
I don't know.
I would definitely say the gym or church for me.
Aw, cutesy. I would probably say church or I think a grocery store would be prime.
I think a lot of the dating advice
Grocery
nowadays
store.
is find a man who's rich and that's going to spoil you. That's all I hear from women nowadays, working for the club scene. But when it comes to men, I would honestly have to say focus on yourself, work on building an empire for yourself, and then settle down for a woman. Because
Facts.
most of these ladies, especially in Hollywood, California, or in Vegas, you find a woman and they're most likely just going to want to go for you for your money and not because of love.
A lot of women now, as of right now, they're looking for a guy that's established so they could tie themselves to his success.
Because women are hypergamous in nature. They always aim for
Facts.
high status individuals and they want to live a higher lifestyle.
Why are so many women obsessed with collecting expensive shoes and handbags?
Hypergamous nature. Men are success objects. Women are beauty objects.
Before social media, everything was like more genuine and then you could get to know a person better. But right now we have apps like Tinder and shit like that, and it's like, oh, you want to fuck, yes or no? And then it turns into that, and then it never becomes into a relationship. And because it starts like that, I feel like it turns into these toxic, like, dumb relationships, I guess. It's not like realistic.
Do you think that dating apps have killed romance?
No.
I don't want to say yes, but I feel like it has more towards that way than actually creating romance. I feel like it's kind
Romance is created by the person who yields it. You could still be romantic and seduce a woman if you understand what romance is. Dating apps is just a tool to meet the women. It's like, what's the difference between meeting her on Tinder and meeting her at a movie theater and she walk by, y'all both stand in line to get some damn buttery ass popcorn? It's no difference. Depending on you as the person, if you know how to wield your romance, will depend if you use it and put it in your arsenal.
of hard to find romance through social media because I feel like it's all very fake in a way.
In today's society, you got Bumble, you got Tinder, you got Plenty of Fish. You can match with the girl on a Wednesday and get her in bed on a Friday.
Ooh,
But doesn't that
big
typically
fact.
only apply to F-boys?
No.
Another
no,
big
it
fact.
doesn't.
Yes, it
you
does.
don't even have to try. You can say, hey, let's go on a date this Friday. I'll take you out to sushi. Let's get some sake in us, and before you know it, she's at your house and you're getting it on.
See, I think he's speaking from his personal experience. I know guys that can't do that. I know guys that can't get on Tinder and get matched up with 100 girls in the first week he get on Tinder. I know guys like this. He's talking from his own experience. 1 out of 3 men under 30 are still virgins. But don't worry, we're here to get you guys together. Let's continue.
Don't women typically make a man wait or commit before she'll give him sex?
No, 100% don't. The ones that say, if a woman tells you, I'm not giving it to you the first night, she's going to give it to you the first night. Generally, the women that give it to you the first night, they're better to date. The woman that wants you to work for it, they're going to be a pain in the ass later.
What does a woman have to do to get commitment?
Have sex with you on the first date.
What does a man have to do to get sex?
Nothing. Just take them on a date.
What does a woman have to do to get commitment?
Cap, don't listen to that.
Not like withhold sex, but like, or I don't know, like if you really click with a person, I think like a commitment will just happen.
But yes, withhold
But
sex.
like withhold sex.
Okay, and what does a man have to do to get a woman into bed?
Commitment. I don't know. Or like, no, sorry, that's the same. Maybe like.
So that she gets what she wants first, right?
Yeah, we come first.
We try.
We
We
first.
try.
I think, yeah.
Except in bed, then men come first. I don't know. Never mind.
Yeah, except in bed, then men will come first.
Some women not at all.
Honestly, I don't think you could do shit to
No,
get
I don't
commitment.
think no, yeah.
It has to be the man.
We
If
come across
he's-
people who cheat all the time. Yeah.
Okay, and what does a man have to do to get sex?
Something nice.
Why does a man typically have to be the first one to give?
Because that's what you're here. You missed the part about it's in the Bible that it says men are here to provide. I am bisexual. You might buy me something, I might get sexual.
How should a guy know if a girl genuinely likes him or if she just wants attention?
Okay, that's a great question. Easily, if you have to spend money on a woman, she's not the one. If you
True.
can go hang out with her and just spend quality time, that's a wonderful woman.
I definitely know girls who like just want attention from guys.
It's hard
like,
to tell because it's really easily confused, I find. Because once they get attention, I don't even know when I want a relationship or
and
when I want
attention.
attention.
Like the girls don't even know, and then you're like, oh, never mind. I was just bored
I was
or
just
whatever.
bored. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that or like box
It's
dyeing
just
my
like I
hair.
know.
So like I don't know.
I guess just how much she puts into the relationship. Like if
Yeah.
she's like always like trying to like receive kind of
But also
instead
like,
of like giving.
Yeah. But like if she has that much free time to like waste like on a guy, like don't go for her anyways.
Women often use the expression, I'm worth it. What exactly does that mean?
That I'm worth the time, the effort, the arguments,
The money,
the toxic,
everything.
All
I'm
that.
worth
I'm
all
worth
of
all
it.
of that.
Why don't you typically hear men using that expression?
Because they're not worth
They're
it.
not. All they got
All
is
they got is dick and lies.
a wee wee.
A wee wee.
Why do so many women think they have the golden pussy when every woman
Facts.
has one?
Because some of them feel different. I heard they feel grainy on the
Yeah,
inside.
some of them
feel
ain't
grainy.
golden. Some of them
Yeah,
ain't.
some of them
They ain't
stank.
got that wop.
They got that wop. They got that dry stank.
Is there a difference between women who grew up with brothers versus women who grew up with sisters?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
I grew up with brother and she grew up with a sister. So I think we're very different.
And what's the difference?
Definitely. I think I'm more competitive.
Definitely.
And like more like assertive, definitely. Because I've had like always like fight for like stuff.
I feel like sisters
Although you're
have
very
more
feisty.
yes.
Very feisty this one.
Sisters have more like a on and off toxic relationship than brothers and sisters.
And then like that's what she looks for in like relationships. And then I look like for like the steady, like always there. Oh, that's really weird. I never realized that before.
Is it safe to assume women who had brothers will have a better understanding of men?
Yes.
Definitely. And I think
Alright,
the same
yeah.
on your relationship with your brother.
That's so
Mhm.
true.
But yes.
And I think the same goes for guys, like guys who have sisters. Like understand like 100% better.
Understand women better.
Understand women better and like how to get what they or not like what the girls want and stuff like that. I think.
Well,
Definitely.
wouldn't that make them better dating prospects?
100%. 100%.
Boys with sisters.
Boys with sisters.
So shouldn't that be one of the first questions asked?
Oh, that's a really good. We're adding that to our questions.
You're giving us dating advice
yeah,
at this
honestly,
point.
It's zodiac signs and do you have sisters? And the top two right there.
Scratch out zodiac
I would definitely
signs,
say
please.
one of them is what is your music taste? I feel like if we don't have the same music, it can kind of go. I would say also music and then humor. Like if you're on that not like the same sense of humor, we won't get along.
if they're family oriented, what do they have a passion for, and where do they see themselves in 5 years?
That last
When it comes
question
time
is
to
great.
marriage, women get who they can, and men get who they want.
Right, but when it comes to sex, women sleep
And
with
men get who they
Can.
and women get who they want.
Right.
Right.
So at the end of the day, can we agree that women are the gatekeepers of sex and men are the
Yes,
gatekeepers
we
of
are the-
commitment?
Hello, could you bring the word?
Yeah, exactly. You already.
Does that mean that men get the last laugh though?
Yeah, they do at the end.
For the most part.
Unless we marry like an old man. and we get the
Yeah,
last
like
laugh.
yeah. Honestly, it just depends. If it's like genuine, usually they do.
But
if
but
it's
also, I mean,
Yeah.
don't women typically make a man wait or commit before she'll give him sex?
It depends on how much money.
Beware of the woman on the right. I'm getting major prostitution vibes. Escort vibes. Let's continue.
honestly, no.
Oh shit. Depends.
Okay, let me
I always put it like this: if you want to rush into my pants, I'm gonna rush into your pockets.
Is it men's fault that gold diggers exist?
Absolutely, yes, I think so.
Do men enable women's bad behavior?
Yes.
Sure, but I think that's also within our human nature. Like
It's within women's nature.
and men's nature though, for sure.
Is it women's fault that men are dogs?
No.
Yes.
Is it women's fault that men are dogs?
No, that's just human nature, animal instinct.
Do women enable men's bad behavior?
Yes.
Yes. Fuck yeah. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
By
Are you kidding
spitting,
me?
by spitting
Pro-
like
provocative
spitting
clothing.
A lot of people don't understand that when you get into the red pill space, it's because you've been done dirty. Right? Red pill space is predominantly a male space. And most of these men in these spaces have been on the blue pill side where we felt like we was supposed to be the Prince Charming, the Disney fairy tale prince or whatever. And we gave whoever it was that type of treatment. And what did they do? They took it for an advantage and used it against us. And now we're educating ourselves on how we're really supposed to conduct ourselves. But a lot of guys, they take that experience and they go totally right. And they just become straight dogs with no emotions. Right? But it's only the guys that get the girls that can even get that experience. Right? The other end of the stick is the guys that just can't even get a woman to even notice them. Enter the red pill. Right? So you have to understand that we enable each other's bad behavior. We are the culprits for each other's bad behavior. If I see you do something bad in front of me and you notice that I didn't correct you on your bad behavior, guess what? Next time you're not going to even think about it when you do that same behavior. You're just going to do it. First time you're looking like, oh, they're going to say something. Oh, he didn't even say nothing. Okay, cool. I'm going to just do it then. But if you speak up and you point out and you hold people accountable, then guess what? They're going to think twice about exposing that bad behavior again.
I think they know exactly. Yeah. Come on.
Do men and women enable each other's bad behavior?
Do men and women enable each other's bad behavior? To a degree, yeah, most definitely. We do enable each other.
Why are men more likely to be publicly shamed for being dogs than women are shamed for being gold diggers?
As of today, a lot of women's getting publicly shamed now. Time to change a lot.
Why are men shamed for exercising their options, but women aren't?
A lot of people is looking for a man with less confidence that don't know himself that well. He should definitely exercise his options.
Why are men more likely to be publicly shamed for being dogs than women are shamed for being gold diggers?
Because we live in a feminist society and live by the feminist narrative.
Drop the mic. Is it men's fault that gold diggers exist?
Yes.
Do men enable women's bad behavior?
Yes.
Is it women's fault that men are dogs?
Yes and no and yes.
No, it's
Do
yes.
women enable men's bad behavior?
Of course, we all enable each other's bad behavior. And
Exactly.
It's getting worse.
Exactly.
Why are men more likely to be publicly shamed for being dogs than women are shamed for being gold diggers?
I don't agree that that's the case. I think men are rewarded for being dogs. Look at Charlie Sheen, Hugh Hefner. I mean, they're rewarded for being. But a woman who does the same thing is what? Shamed. So.
Okay, for one, Hugh Hefner. This man had business relationships with these women, right? Whether they became sexual or not, it's not my place to speak on it. but he supplied value to these women. So to say he is a dog is a false statement. You can't say Hugh Hefner was a dog when all these women chose to get money with this man. You know how many women's lives he probably changed? These little country girls coming from nothing, going over to his little estate and running up a check, right? And then they choose to do what they want to do with that. But those weren't his wives. Those were just his business partners. So I got to call that out. That's a false statement.
You get the point.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about some of the answers that we came across, some of the answers that these lovely ladies went ahead and answered in the video. You guys have been leaving some great comments in my previous videos, so I'm really curious to see what y'all say on this one. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It's super, 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 super helpful. If you also like content like this, go ahead and subscribe. Click the all notification bell so you get notified when I upload a video. I'm constantly uploading videos on this type of content here. It's your boy RJ. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Deuces, you do.